L'chaim. Parents, you're going to like this one. Hey, let me start by saying that this episode of the Late Parsha Show is dedicated to a very special young man who just celebrated his bar mitzvah. Eli Popak. Mazel tov. And may you do what you need to do, bro. Shimon and Levi, two sons of our forefather Yaakov, once wiped out the entire male population of the city of Shechem. Yaakov very strongly disapproved of what they did. And in this week's Torah portion, Vayechi, in his last words to his children, Yaakov reminds Shimon and Levi of their deed and strongly reprimands them and even punishes them, curses not them, but their anger that they acted upon in slaying all of those men. However, when they were doing what they did, some of the people in the surrounding area came to defend the city of Shechem, and Yaakov himself took up his bow and arrow and warded off anyone who tried messing with his sons. Now, even though this is an interesting dynamic going on over here, obviously, we could explain it pretty simply that this is what a father does. Even though a father might disapprove of what his children are doing, if his children are in danger, he's going to help. He's going to do anything he needs to do to rescue them. We also see the bond that a mother has to her children, perhaps even more powerfully from this week's parsha. Yaakov tells Yosef, make sure to bury me in the future land of Israel in Ma'aras HaMachpelah. In fact, he makes Yosef swear to bring his body there. And when doing so, he brings up a sensitive topic and starts a touchy discussion with Yosef that surprisingly he never had with him before. He says, I know that you have in your heart a little bit of resentment, and I'm kind of triggering that right now by asking you and making you swear to bury me in Ma'aras HaMachpelah, in the holy cave in Hebron, where Adam and Chava, Avram and Sarah, Yitzchak and Rivka are buried, and where Yaakov had just recently buried his wife Leah. I know, Yosef, says Yaakov, that this brings up a little bit of a not good feeling in your heart, because you know that I buried your own mother, Rochel, on the side of the road. I didn't bring her to this holy resting place that I, myself, am so desperate to be buried in. But let me tell you, Yosef, Yaakov says, you should know I could have buried your mother in Ma'aras HaMachpelah. But your mother didn't want to be buried there. Your mother wanted to be buried on the side of the road. Why? Because she is the epitome of a loving mother. Many years in the future, her children will be exiled and led into captivity along that road. They will pass by her gravesite, and she will be able to stick up for them. She will be able to tell God, bring them home. She will cry and object to the exile, even though they may have sinned and strayed so much so that God himself decided to bring them into exile. She will stick up for her children. She wants to be there in order to do that. Friends, we're in 5781. We're in the new year, secular year of 2021. Let us resolve to view each other favorably, to help each other, learn from one another. Let's get in Mashiach mode. Increase in joy, increase in love, increase in Torah study, in acts of true goodness and kindness. And like this, we will demand from our primordial Father to have mercy on his children and bring us home. Oh, by the way, my mother asked to mention that I've been filming the Late Parsha Show in the Chabad house, in our lease over here. Beautiful little Chabad house. You get the point. I've shown you enough. And we are right now running a campaign, a charity campaign to cover the lease for the year and some other things. So here's the link. You know what to do. 'Cause every good deed that you do and every kind word that you say You are ready to come home. So demand that in your actions by getting in Mashiach mode, and demand it verbally. Tell Hashem, demand from Hashem, we want Mashiach now.